Crack open that bottle of wine. Grab your favorite glass, pour a couple of fingers of scotch in it. Get that stick, light it, and blow. It's time to hang with Steel Sharpened Steel after dark.
Hey, what y'all doing? Now I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a pre-recorded segment. I am not really here. And so if you're making comments about how silly I am, I don't see them because I'm here all by myself. And as you can see, because I'm by myself, I have been left unsupervised. There's no telling what's about to happen. But I can tell you, what I can do is lie on my co-host and tell you that Mr. Cunningham is down with something akin to the Rona. So he's somewhere right now crying light-skinned tears about how much pain he is in. And we're going to let him get away with that one more week as he quarantines somewhere in California. It's probably all that chocolate he's been eating for the last couple of weeks. Nobody told him to eat 50 states worth of chocolate trying to prove something. Whatever, boy. But anyway, he is down for the count this week. Our illustrious litigator, Chuck, I believe he has gotten himself arrested down in Florida protesting something or such other, and Sharon had to go help get him out. Also allowed, but also sounds really good. And again, I'm unsupervised. I can say what I want. So until they show up to refute these claims, it is what it is. And I'm sure that I'm going to be in a lot of trouble when my co-hosts come back and give me the evil eye for the things that I have said about them. But until then, it's my show. I do what I want. And it's pre-recorded because I also have things to do tonight. But Sharpies, come on. Now, we couldn't go 2 weeks without giving you a little something. You know, our bougie, Mr. Cunningham wanted to call it an amuse-bouche, but I'm going to call it a little something because I'm the ratchet one. And they left me by myself. And I'm very excited about it. But what I wanted to do is, because we had so much happen over the last couple of weeks, it was going to be too much for us to come back and try and talk about all of that, you know, with 2 weeks going by, because, you know, the world continues to spin. And we would not be who we are if we didn't just give on this show a moment of silence to Michael Williams. We will miss him. We will always love him. As far as I'm concerned, Omar will always be coming. He changed the way people saw folks. He changed what it meant to represent a character. You know, he made an indelible mark. He made an indelible mark on Hollywood, and he will forever be remembered. And I couldn't get it to load because, like I said, if y'all don't know, Tom is the one that runs all the stuff in the background. And there's a video of him just expressing his best joy in the park, just freestyle dancing, just letting it all out. If you can find it, just Google Michael K. Williams dancing and just watch him live his best life for a few minutes. I wish I had it for you. But much love to our brother. He will be forever missed. And I just wanted to say that real quick. And I also wanted to let you know there's a few things that went on. Politics will continue to spin. I'm not the political one. All the politics, like I told you, Chuck in jail. So until next week, we'll get back to that. And I did want to talk about for a moment this one story that came by. And I'm going to show you, when we talk about spin and we talk about the way that news is portrayed, y'all look at this. So this was the first story that came out. This is not a new news article. This happened after some riots and stuff in Philadelphia during the unrest last year. So the story came out. If you can't read it, it says, you know, this child was lost during the violent riots in Philadelphia, wandering around barefoot in an area that was experiencing complete lawlessness. The only thing this Philadelphia police officer cared about in that moment was protecting this child. We are not your enemy. We are the thin blue line, and we are the only thing standing between order and anarchy. It's a beautiful picture of this courageous young female cop taking care of this little black boy that was found wandering in Philadelphia. Now, what I'm going to show you is the resulting actual mother of that child. The city of Philadelphia will pay $2 million to a black woman who was pulled from a car, beaten by officers, and had her toddler used for social media fodder by the police union, officials say. Ain't that some shit? $2 million, well-deserved, underfunded. How you gonna beat me up, take my child, and make a photo op out of it talking about how nice you are? The audacity. Really? Really, Philly? That's what y'all doing up in these streets? You know what? Anyway, I have nobody to go back and forth with. And like I said, if y'all making comments, I can't see them because I pre-recorded all of this. But I want some flowers for doing this in one take. So I want you to know that too. There are no edits here. I'm doing all of this at once because I'm excellent at what I do. However, we're going to continue on because, I did the classy with my ode to Michael. That was straight up ratchet, what I just showed you. I have no bougie because, Tom is gone. So I'm going back to ratchet. And then, since we had one side of how, karma works, I'm going to show you another side. I found this video. I think I want to say one of our Sharpies may have sent it to us. And I hesitate to call the name because I can't remember exactly who it was, but I just want you to watch this. This is amazing. Hang on.
I had a woman dying from COVID confess something really heart-wrenching to me. She told me that when she was a teenager, she told her mother that one of the local black boys had touched her behind the grocery store. And in 1936 Louisiana, this was a very big deal. Not only was this boy lynched, but he was beaten and his genitals were cut off. And then the family home was burned to the ground. And she watched it all happen. You want to know why? Because she saw that his sisters had prettier dresses than she did, and she just didn't like it. So she lied. And then it clicked. This same woman had been hallucinating for the past couple of days, saying that there was a black boy in her room watching her, would not stop staring at her, and she was scared shitless. She asked if she could be forgiven. I told her the only person who could forgive her was the boy she killed. Not sorry.
Not sorry either. Well done, young redheaded nurse attendant lady. I would have done the same thing. Matter of fact, I may have just found one of those old dolls. Remember, was it Tales from the Crypt with the little dolls that popped out the picture and was haunting Corbin Burnson, etc. I might have found one of them dolls and just left one in her room every day because I am petty. Never mistake that. The petty in me is strong. And I might have just hired some people to come and stand at her window like every now and then, because why not? Do you understand? So I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a minute because all the time people are like, I don't know how they could have done this. This is Emmett Till all over again. And it happened over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Look at that story. This woman didn't like the dresses that his sister had. She couldn't very well claim that the sisters touched her, so I'm gonna kill their brother because they cuter than me. When I talk about white supremacy, that's what it is. She could not fathom in her mind that they had something better than what she had, so they all had to die. Killed him, castrated him, beat him, burned him to death, and then burned the whole family's house down because their dresses are better than mine, and that can't happen. And now she's in her ostensibly late life, 80s, whatever, and she's being haunted by that little boy. And I hope that he dances all over her every night because she deserves it. She caused murder and mayhem over jealousy and did it gleefully, stood there and watched, like she said, and then confessed it. You confessing to the wrong person, baby. Sucks for you. Have fun with your dreams. This is the face of petty right here. I regret nothing I'm saying. If it ever comes back to haunt me, I will say it again. And if I find a little doll, I would throw it right in her room every day. I would leave it on her. I would leave it on her tray with her food. It would be sitting when she come and take her tray back to the cafeteria. It'd be in the bathroom, it'd be in the shower, just all time, just every day. Because who does that? When we talk about grandma, grandma is the sweetest little person. Now think about this. She probably had family that put her in that home. Somebody's paying that bill, right? She has people that love her and look up to her, and she raised her family and blah, 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 and whatever. And she's somebody's sweet little grand. Grand has somebody murdered. And it's hard to reconcile that when you get older and you think about your sweet little grandma who's all hunched over and got a little hard candy in her pocket and she gives you, that's the hand of a murderer. A cold-blooded murderer. And she didn't even do it for, some lifelong vendetta or some family feud. She did it because she don't like that girl dress. Think about that. That is some bullshit. And it happened all the time. The only reason we know about Emmett Till's story and that it is so prevalent in our collective history is because it made the newspapers. It's the only reason we know about it. Think about how many stories we don't know about. We wouldn't know about this one if this courageous and lovely young redheaded woman hadn't put it on TikTok or Twitter or wherever it was that we found it. And I commend her for that. And so speaking of people who are out and spreading information, let's move from somebody to be commended to somebody to be dragged. I want to share with you, you may have heard about Nicki Minaj talking about, I'm hesitant to take the vaccine because. Now I'm going to stop there because up until this point, I want to be very conscious of how I talk about this. I do understand that there are people who are hesitant to take the vaccine, and I do get that. And I get that, you may feel some type of way. You want to do some more research. You want to feel less hesitant, and you might, but you might not. You want to read some more. You want to see how it goes with other people. I get that. What I don't get is believing your cousin, pooking them over Fauci and them, believing what you heard third hand from somebody's friend, et cetera, over things that you can actually read and research and get, second and third and fourth opinion from doctors who have studied this, that I don't get. And to be able to repeat it to other folks that will take your word for it. Hey, man. There's a responsibility that comes with power, just like we get from Spider-Man, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Hey, man, you got a responsibility to these people that follow you. Now, I'm not saying you can't be hesitant, but can you at least be a little responsible with the fact that you have a... So anyway, y'all know what Nicki did. And then the whole dragging back and forth between her and Joy Ann Reid. Wow, all of that. But even Joy Ann Reid said, she was hesitant at first. And then she learned some stuff, and then she got over it and she got past it. Everybody's on their journey. People have a right to want to feel secure before they do something. I don't begrudge you that. What I do begrudge is your sources. And so I don't think that it is outside. I don't think that it is, hesitancy shaming to say, girl, did you really believe this enough to put it on the internet? So even the whole country of Trinidad is dragging the hell out of Nicki Minaj. And let me just share this with you real quick.
One dropped yesterday morning, and as the story dropped, it was excitement. Now, Nicki Minaj, no stranger to controversy. She was here for Carnival in 2020, and that was a bacchanal with her husband, now husband, and Iowa. She would have made some outlandish statements over the years, but this one takes the cake. This is almost like what you would hear about a parlor, where somebody will tell you, well, your cousin, friend, neighbor, say XYZ. Come on, Nicki, you have 180 million followers. People listen to you, people follow your particular lead. You going on the social media space and talking about your cousin, friend, take the vaccine and get impotent. And all of a sudden, marriage call off and some kind of bacchanal story. It's irresponsible on all fronts. One, irresponsible based on the misinformation that is going out there regarding this vaccine. There was no verification of the story. And furthermore, even on a personal note, even if this is the case, to expose your cousin friend's flat tire in the public domain like that. If the man have a flat tire, okay, he will work on that. There's herbs and punch and certain things the man can eat and bring back a vibes. But don't come now and talk that kind of talk. The thing gets so hot. Jake Tapper on CNN yesterday at 4 o'clock talk about this with Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci is, of course, the US. That's their leading mind and specialist with this whole COVID-19 pushback and the fight against the COVID-19. And Dr. Fauci had to almost, like the man was blindsided. He had to answer. And he said he didn't know nothing personal against Nikki. I don't think we should per se, but Nikki, better than that. I honestly expected better. And besides, obviously, that outlandish statement, and she always talks about Trinidad, and she's from Trinidad, she's yet to collaborate with somebody from here. But that's a talk for another program on another day.
Well, it was she has yet to collaborate for me. That was a shout out for me. That and the flat tire. I love the flat tire. That got me right there. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. Well, anyway, do better, people. Vet your sources. Now, what I love was all the folks on Twitter like, yo, girl, he lied to you. Like, who calls off a wedding over a temporary thing? Now, good and well. Somebody said it best. It was like, blaming it on COVID is the new, I caught this from a toilet seat. Like, yeah, sure you did. That's why we're calling off the wedding. Because you had a temporary dysfunction based on some side effects from a vaccine. Yeah, sure. And then she repeated it. My cousin friend said, girl. Anyway, I've been up here for about 20 minutes and I'm about to go enjoy my night since the rest of my co-hosts are off doing nefarious things or whatever. And I'm going to leave you. With this one more thing if I can find it. This cracked me up so bad that I had to watch it like 5-6 times in a row. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can get it back. Woo! Yes, here we go. Y'all, check this out. You don't need to know what she's saying. Because you know what she's saying. Do y'all see this little tiny woman in this box? Pimping ain't easy in any country, y'all. Go. Oh my God. I don't know if y'all found that as funny as I did. But that cracked me up. When he dropped her out the window, and then how the community came together to try to save this relationship, because they didn't want them to break up. She may have known how her man was, and maybe that was his tutor. You don't know. It's hot out there. You don't need to wear all them clothes, and so she's just misunderstanding. And so we're just gonna drop her out the window and let her go on with her life, to avoid a scene. And if you ever played, Metal Gear Solid, you understand there's always a box. there's always a box around that you hide in, but she wasn't supposed to move. And that's where she went wrong. You're not supposed to move, because once you move and the guard sees you, it's a little wink, and then you found out, and now you got to take off running. And that's what happened. I just thought it was great that nobody told on him. Everybody saw what was happening, and they were like, we're going to assist in this. And we're going to help her. Why was the box there? Anyway, I thought it was great. And I hope you've enjoyed this little joy only, unsupervised, small moment of Steel Sharpens Steel. We will be back next week. Everybody will be healed. They'll be out of prison, jail, whatever. Again, all of that is lies. Everybody just had stuff to do. And I pre-recorded this because I had something to do tonight as well. But we didn't want to leave you completely hanging, give you a little something for tonight. And we will see you next week. And until then, y'all take care. Grab a glass, grab whatever you're going to do tonight. Snuggle up with somebody. Y'all take care, and see you later. And then, of course, I don't know how to end the show because that's a background and not a video. See, this is why I need Tom. My whole little outro just ruined. Let me try again. Mwah.
Yeah, you know what time it is. Crack open that bottle of wine. Grab your favorite glass, pour a couple of fingers of scotch in it. Get that stick, light it, and blow. It's time to hang with Steel Sharpens